Hello there and welcome. In this month, I will be celebrating 30 years of career dedicated to IT. 3 decades. I used to have hair back then. Well, when I was at high school with my 14 years old, as a typical nerd, weird looking guy, no friends, but lots of imagination. My preferred place, my sacred place at school was the library for sure. I used to daydreaming about going back to the Jurassic period with dinosaurs, etc. I just love it. Between one book and the other, I found sort of coaching, self-learning type of thing book telling about how to plan your future, giving tips on creating a sort of bucket list on things that you want to do when you get older. Well, that was enough for me. I created my own list. I run back to home and yell to my mom and dad and say, "Hey, mom, dad, I know what I want to do with my future." And and they were looking at the list and said, "Well, but this 30 years ahead. Are you sure about this?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." Well, as you know, I didn't know any better, right? So the list was quite simple, like things like a bachelor degree, postgrad, PhD, living overseas, have kids, write a book, plant a tree. Nothing special. But it was my own list, right? So I was so excited. I started to execute my list when I was 17 years old, when I started in university. Well, after 30 years, I didn't complete the list. Almost there. One item only uh, um, is missing. I still need to finish my PhD. That's a long story. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm enjoying the journey. Not being in a hurry doesn't mean that these years were easy and smooth. Right, the opposite. Lots of ups and downs, and I got in trouble. Bad decisions, mistake. I failed several times, and I still do. But I'm thankful for these bad moments because they pushed me hard to the limit so I could address the problems in the best way as possible, making me stronger, more resilient, marking the situation as complete so I could move on to the next item of my list. As the years go by, challenges became bigger, complex, but one by one I was tackling them because the previous years prepared me to, right? So I decided to share my 30 years journey in IT with a video series, which I hope that could be somehow useful to others. I mean, you have probably heard or said to yourself once in your life at least, something like this. If I could go back in time and live my life with the experience and knowledge and skills that I have today, everything would be different. Does that ring a bell? Anyway, I have entitled this project as From Mathematics to Augmented Intelligence. What is it? It is the result of my 30 years of career, things that I have experienced, the success and the failures, plus almost 3 years that my research team put together, loads of persistence and long nights to come up with some insights and perspectives on how to truly transform your business through digital transformation. This material will be initially available as a video series, but hopefully it will become a book at some stage. Let's see what the future brings. Any sponsor interest? The series is divided into 10 episodes, each one with an important message on how to disrupt your business through digital transformation. A bit of summary of what you will find in the book. So from today up to the next 9 weeks, I will be posting one video per week representing one or more chapters of the book. So when you hear or see the jingle that you are about to see now, that I'm about to play, that means that another chapter is coming from out of the oven. Okay? Exciting, isn't it? I'm a little bit, no, I'm a lot anxious and nervous about this. I never done such a so long series before, but crossing fingers that everything's gonna be alright. Shall we get started? I usually wake up very early in the morning, go out for a jogging, not only for my mental and body health, but also for my day planning. Let me explain. Therefore, I can put in my mind what a successful day looks like. That's my way of doing it, right? Well, however, in many occasions, this plan needs to be updated or modified or rebuilt from scratch due unexpected situations, such as forgetting a laptop power cable or picking up the wrong train or bus, losing your flight, arriving late for a meeting. Yeah, I can do this as well. I did this, sorry. Or more complex situations like the absence of a senior or an experienced staff member overloading the staff of a company. Serious illness, lack of supply for a construction site, or how to enable 500,000 employees to work remotely due to a pandemic. Depend on the severity of the event, the solution or workaround will certainly require some effort, some resource, some experience, and just like we can't stop the waves from coming, but we can learn how to surf, we can't avoid problems from happening. Agree? But we can try to figure out the best way of addressing those situations, addressing those challenges. Do you agree on that? What will dictate the success or failure is how efficient your response will be to the challenge. Great. Well, likewise, when organizations wake up in the morning, they are naturally exposed to this unsettled environment where lots of factors at a first sight out of control will constrict or slow down your company growth, therefore impacting the image, the reputation, revenue, profits. On top of that, the COVID-19 pandemic served as a sort of inflection point, forcing organizational leaders start questioning everything and rethinking plans and strategies to survive and thrive in these uncertain times. But even way before the pandemic, known things like growth and competition couldn't be ignored, or at least it shouldn't be ignored. Because when organizations grow, they naturally become more complex, and this complexity can bring inherent challenges, which can cause serious damage to the companies if not properly observed and managed. Domain companies face some common challenges emerged from their own complexity. The main ones are innovation, product life management, strategy, alignment, culture of learning, leadership DNA, governance systems, board of directors oversight, overexpansion, greed, hubris, and desire for power. By ignoring or making a poor response to these factors, a company can fail. In today's rapidly changing world, companies must innovate to remain competitive while carefully balancing risk and reward. Like my 30 years on duty, you can avoid challenges, problems, failures from happening. These are things that you cannot control, right? But you can control another things. A couple of examples. Well, there's a certain online and worldwide taxi company where you can ask for a ride by just asking it for your phone. Just, hey, I'm here, I need a ride. You know who I'm talking about? Well, their data management system gives them a huge market advantage. Why? Because it sets price for the rides according to the market demand. It tells drivers what is the best time to operate and where, and works towards the excellence for this type of service. You can review the service, you can block the driver. Several features are available to clients. Traditional taxi services struggle to compete with these type of efficiency, don't they? Another one, Blockbuster, Netflix, remember? That's a massive, wasn't it? TripAdvisor, Booking.com, the list goes on. At some stage, these companies had challenged the market and they were successful by innovating, by using cutting edge technology and their leadership. That's why they are in the position that they are today on the business. They have forced the traditional business to transform themselves to try to survive in the same market as them. Some of them, as you may know, they didn't make it through. So the name of the game is mindset change. Accepting the failure is part of and a necessary part of the healing process because it will enable you and the organization to turn these dark moments into learning and growth opportunities. Therefore, after the onset of adversity, we can quickly shift from cause-oriented thinking to response-oriented thinking. You know what I mean? Well, once your mindset is changed, how to go from zero to hero in a failure scenario. If you like to start addressing challenges within your organization, ask yourself these three simple questions. Specify what aspects of the situation you can directly influence to change the current status quo. Visualizing. Imagine an author, a leader, a writer, someone that you really admire. Then imagine what this person would do in this situation. Collaborating. Who from the organization you can, well, it can be like from inside, outside in your ecosystem partnership. Who from your organization ecosystem can actually help in a situation and how is the best way of engaging them? The goal in asking these questions is not to come up with a final plan or an action, rather is to generate possibilities to develop it in a disciplined manner, in a concrete manner, an inventory of what might be done. See what I mean? Well, from here, you can use your preferred troubleshoot method to solution the challenge that you're experiencing. The difference is that now, at least you will have more food for thought right in the beginning. Okay? Well, that was pretty much it. Episode 1 done. Yes! Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, please. I hope you guys have enjoyed as I did. I see you in next week in the next video. Okay? Cheers. Bye-bye.